do this live. That's what I need to do, stay up because it's so late. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I am so excited to see you all. We're going to let you take some time and come on in and join us. We're going to have a really fun time talking all about the Wanderful community, about our membership network, about where it all came from, how it started. If you've never met me before or heard me talk, welcome. My name is Beth. I'm founder and CEO of Wanderful. I'm the creator of this community and just one piece of this amazing network of women all around the world that are really going to push you to get out there and make you into the best version of yourself that you can be. And so I'm really looking forward to chatting with you all tonight. And I am joined by you're on my this way for me. So I'm going to point to you
like
my lovely co-host, Lauren Pelkey, who's also Wanderful's head of brand partnerships. So, hey, Lauren, how's it going?
Hello, it's going great. I'm so excited as well. I'm happy to be on here and meet some new people and talk about, what makes Wanderful so special. I've been part of the community for many, many years, so I'm so excited.
You have been. And much like I know we did an earlier webinar about 8 hours ago for people who are on a different time zone. And we had Justine Abigail, who's our head of communications on the call. And the funny thing about both of you in common is that you both were Wanderful community members before you even became part of the team, and then somehow got swept up into our tornado of activity over here. So I always love it when we do that.
It's the best. And it's, being head of brand partnerships, it's a pretty easy thing for me because I'm so passionate about what we do. So we can talk about that later.
Well, and everybody come on in. I know you're all getting situated. So here's what you're going to do. You're watching this in a few ways. You might be watching this on Eventbrite. You might be watching this on YouTube. If you are, I want to point out something, and that is there is a comment section on the right side of your screen. On the YouTube screen. Use it, because I know sometimes these feel like live streams and you're not supposed to talk or whatever at them. Use it.
Please
share who you are, share where you're coming from. Let us know if you're a member or if you're thinking about membership. We'd love to hear more from you. I was on an event a couple days ago, and somebody wrote a comment, and then I replied to it live, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this isn't pre-recorded."
Like, this is real? You're real.
This is really happening. I am really talking to you. So yes, introduce yourself, because we can all help each other. And I think that's the great part of these chats. We can all network with each other. And I know some of you are checking in from Facebook as well. For you, it's a lot easier to know where the chat function is. Hey, Sophia. But feel free to be part of this and ask questions along the way, share comments along the way. We want you to be here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some slides that are going to help walk us through all about the incredible membership network. I have this really nice little slide with our photos when we're much more posed than right now.
Yes.
So that's who we are. And then, and we get a couple other people coming in. Hi from New York.
Hi.
We've got Teresa in the house. Teresa, you're the best, because Teresa was also here at noon. So you get like Super Member of the Day award, Teresa.
So true.
Way to go for you. Teresa's in St. Louis. We have hello from Atlanta. I am really curious to see who comes on in tonight, because we don't do a ton of events in the evening always.
Right.
At least I don't because I have two small children. So it's always fun to see like what the crowd is like in the evening. But here's what we're going to talk about. We have what is Wanderful. I want to tell you about our story. I want to talk to you about our community. I want to talk to you about and just kind of run through our membership types and the benefits that you get out of membership. I'm going to show you how to sign up. Secret sneak peek. I couldn't say that all at once. Secret sneak peek. I'm giving you a discount too, so hang on for the discount. And if we have time, I'm going to show you some videos of our members and some of their testimonials of what it's been like in the community. So definitely stay tuned for that. And Washington State. I was wondering if we were going to get some West Coasters in the house.
Awesome.
So hi, Rebecca. Lisa's checking in from St. Cloud, Minnesota. Been thinking about membership, studying travel and tourism at St. Cloud University in my 50s, looking for a new change in my life. That's so awesome. I love that. That is like Great. I feel like if I could just continue in school for the rest of my life, I would, and just study everything, like literally studying. So that's amazing.
Love it.
Mindy's coming in from Tampa. Hey,
Amazing.
Mindy. Welcome, everyone. And again, if you're just coming in, feel comfortable leaving comments, ask
Mhm.
questions, meet one another, share your experiences with each other. But what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of the background of what Wanderful is. And before I do that, I want to actually show you my most favorite video, which is our manifesto video. And Lauren, you've seen this, right?
I believe I have.
Okay. I never know, because for some people it's brand new, and for other people they've watched this like a million times and it's their most favorite thing. So I'm going to play it all for you. This is something that our members put together a couple of years ago. This is pre-pandemic world, but
Mhm.
we wanted to create a manifesto with just what we believe in at Wanderful and who we are and why we travel. And so they recorded this and it's beautiful, and I'm going to play it for you now. So stay tuned.
Am a trailblazer.
An adventurer.
An explorer.
A traveler.
I want to see the world.
Whether I'm loaded with suitcases
or carry only what's on my back.
I travel because it teaches me as much about the world
as it does about myself.
I am curious,
resilient,
powerful,
compassionate.
I want to live a life in which my friendships span continents,
where I can cherish our differences
and embrace our similarities.
Not because I have read about them,
but because I have lived them.
I am a daughter,
a neighbor,
a mother,
a sister.
I travel with my friends,
with my partner,
my kids,
and sometimes I travel on my own.
My life is too short to be stagnant.
I ignore the people who doubt me.
I pave my own path.
I dream big. I conquer mountains.
And sometimes I am shaken to the core.
I believe in a global sisterhood of women
who help me see myself for who I am
and challenge me to be who I want to be.
I am Wanderful.
I am wonderful.
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 Okay, that gets me every time.
I'm serious.
You know that you're like a wonderful nerd when you're just like,
totally.
That movie got me. Jeez. Well, I hope you all loved that. It was filmed all around the world. It's so special, and something that just, even though I think we recorded it in 2018, but it's like,
yeah,
relevant every day. You know, it just continues to be so relevant. And so I'm glad you all got a chance to see that. I want to take you and tell you a little bit about the story of how Wanderful actually started. So I started Wanderful in 2009. I started as a blog, and I was traveling on my own in a country called Sao Tome and Principe, which is a two-island Portuguese-speaking country off the west coast of Africa. And it was one of my first real trips by myself. I'd studied abroad before, but this was like diving in completely to the unknown, no expectations, you know, and I really noticed a couple things. The first being what it was like just living very hyper locally in a place where you are a foreigner. And the other thing I think was fundamentally realizing how different women's experiences are when we travel, and not having the words to talk about that, you know, and I was looking for a support network. I was looking for tools. And I think a lot of people would say to me, you know, oh, why didn't you just have like a guidebook or something to help you? But it was more than that. It wasn't just like, I need the best tips on how to get from A to B location. It was this desire for a supportive community and a sisterhood and people who got it and people who understood what it meant to fundamentally be a traveler and to identify with it in that way. And I didn't have any way to really talk about that. And so I just started writing about it. And writing about it turned into events, events turned into a whole community. And now we are an incredible international network of travelers and travel content creators. And we're on a mission to help women travel the world. That's really the main goal of what we're doing, and making travel better for women everywhere. And I think that that's an important way of describing what we do too, because it's also not just about helping women get out there and sending them on their way. We actually do a lot of stuff in advocating for the industry to be more responsible, to speak to women and to address women more responsibly. We do a lot of advocacy for conscious and responsible tourism itself. And when we're going to a place, making sure that communities on the ground are being respected, that our environment is being respected. I think this is all part of that mission of making travel better. And this is a quick slide of just some of the many things in the wonderful universe that we do. So you're all hearing about membership down in this lower corner, but we have chapters all around the world. We have a trip to Antarctica coming up in 2023, which is going to be amazing. We're doing that with Intrepid. We have the WITS Travel Creator and Brand Summit, which brings content creators and influencers together with the brands that want to work with them and give them really great opportunities to build their work. We have Wanderfest, which I literally lose my cool every single time I talk about Wanderfest, because it is so fun. I know. I'm just like, I cannot wait. In fact, I was just talking to, I don't know if I told you this, Lauren, I was just talking to Kit, who is our marketing associate, and she's based out of the UK. And she messaged me the other day and she was like, okay, fine, you convinced me. My sister and I are coming to Wanderfest. I was like, I love it. Yes, we are coming from all around the world. It's not just happening in the US. It's our first major outdoor travel festival by and for women. It's happening in downtown New Orleans in March 2022. So just a few months away. We have speakers, we have music, we have these incredible tents that you're putting together, Lauren, the Global Beauty tent, a period tent. We have a parade down the French Quarter, all sorts of really cool stuff, and you all don't want to miss it. And then, of course, all of our members get special perks that I'll tell you about later. We have the Bessie Awards, which honors women of impact in the travel industry. We have a radio station, and then we have a blog and social. So we've kind of created this amazing little universe in this little pocket of the world for women for whom travel is this like essential part of who we are. And I think it's really special that we've kind of carved out this little space for ourselves of women that want to help other women get out there. And Teresa's adding, she's so excited about Wanderfest and has a voodoo tour scheduled for Thursday on the schedule. That's awesome.
I'll see you there. That sounds awesome.
That is so good. That is so good. So, so let me tell you about how membership plays into this, because membership is actually, surprisingly enough, even though we've been around since 2009, our member community is quite new. It launched just before the pandemic in 2019, and we wanted to create a space for women to connect with each other. And what was interesting that happened was that when travel did start to shut down, what we found was more and more people started joining this member community that we've built. We built it on Mighty Networks, which is a community platform that has a web and an app version. And I think it made me also realize that there's this one really big fundamental difference between a wonderful woman and another person who's just looking for a travel tool. And that is that somebody who's part of Wanderful, we are travelers through and through. It's in our blood. It's who we are. We love to go out there. We love to explore, whether we can do it all the time or whether we can only do it once a year because we have limited vacation time. We feel the most ourselves when we're out in the world. We want to learn from one another. We live this global mindset and we're thinking about the world all the time. And so the really neat thing about membership is it's not just something that you use on a trip. It's actually part of who you are, and it allows you to expand your global mindset even when you're at home through a lot of our virtual activities, through our networking, through our local chapters. And so it really becomes this great way to feed that wanderlust even when you are home or when you're abroad. And I want to show you that and illustrate that a little bit of how people have used their membership before, during, and after their travels. Because I think that is a big misconception of like, oh, I can only use this when I'm traveling.
Right.
No, you don't have to. Exactly. So I'm showing you this slide so you can get a little bit of a taste of what that means. Before your trip, you can use our network to get travel tips and advice, figure out where you want to go, what you want to do. You can build your travel skills and network through our events. I'm going to talk through all the benefits. So this is just a little bit of a teaser. You get deals and discounts. We have an awesome deal with Delcy Luggage. You can get like 25% off your luggage just for being a Wanderful member. And then, of course, use your membership during the trip too, right? You get to meet up with other travelers in the community. You can actually stay with other Wanderful women through our global hosting network. And then after you get back, you have a built-in community locally that you can tap into. If you have a local chapter, you've got a group of women that you can have lunch with. If you don't, you can still connect with our virtual network and participate in all our discussion boards. You can do all of our virtual events. So this is something that keeps that global mindset going throughout your whole experience of being a traveler.
And I will say that being a part of Wanderful, it really is more of a lifestyle than like a tool you use or something. This is not like, I don't even see it as before, during, after. I just see it as all the time.
I love that.
It's true.
That.
Yeah.
It is true. No, and I think it's I think you raise a good point, because I think it's an identity in a lot of ways. I think it's like we identify as, like all the women in the video were saying, like, I am Wanderful. Like we identify as wonderful people, which is that this is part of who we are. And the other thing that I want to say that's related to that, and this is actually sort of what you were saying, Lauren, too. It's like building this global mindset into your life. Yeah. But this is the other slide I want to bring up, is that I think the other really great thing about this is I feel like in terms of things that we sign up for, and I think this is also very relevant to women, honestly, a lot. I think women are put in positions of caregivers frequently. Often, if we have children, oftentimes women are the ones who are expected to care for those children. And I think we're always put into positions of thinking about other people before ourselves. And when we're not thinking about other people, we're thinking about, okay, is this an investment that's going to advance my career? Is this going to take me to the next place that I need to get to? And the thing about this network and the thing about travel is, except for maybe a couple of exceptions, travel is something that we do for us. It's something that we do purely because we love it. And when you sign up for this community, it's almost like you've affirmed that, like you said, this is important to me. I matter. Travel is a part of my life. I don't have to be, building my career from this necessarily. I don't have to be, prioritizing somebody else all the time. I can prioritize me, and I can sign up for this just because I want to. And I told this to our Boston chapter once when we were getting together for brunch. I was like, you could be in a million different places, but you decided to be here today to talk about travel over brunch. And that says a lot about how you're prioritizing your life, how you're prioritizing your self-care, how you're prioritizing the things that bring you joy. And I say it to all of you who are watching too. I mean, it really, I really cannot underscore how important it is and how hard it can be for us to even take an hour just to like talk about travel when we have so many other things going on in our lives. So it's a really special indicator of you caring for yourself. And in that way, I think we also try to create this very nurturing and supportive network of women who are all affirming that at the same time and who are all helping each other at the same time. All right. So now that I've gotten you all enticed, I want to actually go through and break down all of the things that our members get. I think one thing that you'll notice if you are thinking about membership, I know those of you who are members, you've seen this before, but even still, there's so much. You get so much that sometimes it can be like, where do I even begin? So this is why I like to break this down and explain all of it and what you get. So the first thing that you want to know is that there's actually two types of memberships. So you can join as a traveler, and that's kind of our standard membership for anyone who just loves to travel and wants to get out there more. And then we also have an upgrade called the creator membership. And this is for anybody who's building a business in the travel space. Maybe you're a content creator or media, maybe you're a social media influencer, maybe you're a small business owner. We have travel advisors that come in, we have small business founders and entrepreneurs that come in. So it's not completely limited, but what it's going to give you is skills to build your community and build your business in the travel space. And you get access to all of the traveler stuff as well. So you're basically getting twice as many events, twice as much support, twice as many, chat rooms and that sort of thing. In one membership altogether. So those are the two different ones. Now I want to take you through what the travel members get, because that's what everybody gets. So first of all, it's 24/7 access to a virtual platform to meet other travelers near you. So I talked about that. There's this whole space, and actually a number of people have really loved this because we have our own platform. I mentioned it's Mighty Networks, and the thing about that is, we have a Facebook group. We're actually broadcasting live in our Women Travel Creators group right now too, and I've gotten feedback from people who might not be on Facebook anymore, or don't want to be on Facebook all the time, and kind of get worried about like the black hole that Facebook is, where you go in to check one thing and then 2 hours later, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been just scrolling through Facebook all day. So this is off that, which a lot of our members really love, because they say, this is my space to talk travel. When I open it, I open my app, I'm talking travel that time, and then I close it and I can go on to my thing. I can stay connected without feeling like I'm being absorbed by it. And I think that's a really important part, especially when we're talking about self-care. And Teresa just adds, she loves all the new friends she's made through this community. I can't wait to meet some of them in real life at Wanderfest. Yay! Stop it, Teresa! Stop talking about Wanderfest and getting me so excited. So that's the first thing that you get, is just full access to this virtual platform. You can meet people all around the world. The next thing is that we have events happening every week, at least 3 times a week, if not every day. These are virtual events, they're webinars, they're meetups. We have this awesome 60+ travelers meetup that happens every month. We have a slow travelers meetup that happens every month. We have a book club that we do called the Conscious Traveler Reading Club. We have panel discussions, webinars, and we have a whole team of resident experts who are experts in their space that put on these events for us, from home sharing to wellness to what else? Speaking on the creator side, there's speaking opportunities, there's sustainable travel, there's budget travel and travel planning, there's luxury travel, there's all sorts of really neat. What else, Lauren?
Trip hacking. Points hacking.
Points. I
like
love
how
it.
to be a better traveler.
How to be a better traveler, how to hack travel, how to get out there, how to make money traveling. We have a bunch of those things, how to save and finance your trips. So all sorts of stuff that you can learn that will give you really good tips to go. And then you also get free admission to all of our local chapter events. And so all of our chapters do an event every month. Right now, they're all starting to ramp up depending on where they are. I know we kind of stopped the in-person stuff for a while during COVID, so we're kind of easing in for each chapter, but I know a number of our chapters have started doing their events again. They do them every month, if not multiple times a month. And the really neat thing about this is it's not just your local chapter that you get access to. You also get access to every other chapter. So if you ever travel, you have an instant group of people that you can have dinner with or meet up with, go on a walking tour with, and they're all there to welcome you. So everybody else pays for these events. You get in for free. And then there are a number of events that are exclusively for members that no one else will be able to go to. I know DC just did this awesome walking tour with this like small woman-owned business. And Teresa, I know you've got in St. Louis your Wanderful Women Wednesday events, the next one happening at Handlebar. So there's all sorts of really neat things that are happening, and you'll get access to them just because you're a member. And you can use that app actually, because the app geolocates you wherever you are. So when you go into a new city, you can actually tap into that local network purely by changing your location in the app. So you're never without the opportunity to connect with other people right on the ground where you are.
And FYI, Beth, I think that I met you for the first time at a Boston chapter event.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah.
Many moons ago.
And now you're not even in Boston anymore. So
Why not?
it's always, but that's always so fun. I think like that's the magic of this is wherever you're going, whenever you're traveling, you can literally just plug in where you are in the platform, and then you can see what members are near me, what events are happening near me, what chapter is near me, and you can just keep that going, which is really exciting. And by the way, another new thing that we have is our global hosting network, which you can always tap into anybody who's in the Wanderful network. But these are people who have explicitly raised their hands and said, if you come to my city, I will host you. I will take you out for coffee. I will do whatever you would like to do, and
so cool.
That's so cool, right? It's like people who have just said, I'm here for you. And also, I think for those who are not traveling right now or not traveling as much as they would like, that's a great way to travel without going anywhere at all, is actually becoming a host and hosting other people, whether it's hosting them in your home, whether it's just taking them out and exploring something that you love about your city and being that local access point. So I think that's really special. And now I've got all the chapter directors are chipping in on what their events are. Sophia says
Love
the
it.
Chicago chapter is doing a group trip to the Chicago History Museum to see the new Chicago Fire exhibit on November 6th, and it's members only. And St. Louis has a Wanderful Women Wednesday event. Next week is going to be their first one in their new chapter. And Sophia said she just booked her first personal trip since the pandemic started. Yay!
So exciting.
So exciting. I know. It's like, what are we going to do? How do we get on a plane now? But you can all do it. We can do it. Here's what else you get. Okay, so of course I have to put Wanderfest again because now you all know how excited I am about it. You get VIP perks at global gatherings. So when we all come together for Wanderfest, you're going to get special benefits. You're going to get singled out. We are and Rena from Denver says that she has to leave. And Rena, I'm just letting you know that this is going to be recorded. So you can always come back and watch the rest of the webinar too, and that'll be emailed to you. So don't worry about it. You get full access to our on-demand content library. So everything that we do is recorded. And we have this whole content library of just dozens, if not hundreds at this point, of videos from cooking classes to dance classes to yoga. This one class was a cooking workshop that we did in Italy. And this woman took us through her backyard, which was like straight vineyards, and it was just absolutely stunning. So I was very jealous of her, and it was an awesome cooking class. And you get all that. You can watch those all the time as part of the on-demand content library. Then there's also master classes. There's paid course discounts. We have 2 really big master classes that are each worth like $400 on, I think one is how to get paid to travel the world. I forgot what the other one is, but really, really neat, amazing stuff that you get access to for either free or heavily discounted. Hey, Erin, I see Erin's in here too, over in Milwaukee. So that's another great thing that you want to do. And I mentioned this earlier, but travel deals and discounts with our travel partners. We have a whole list of companies that want to give you deals and help you get traveling more. So you can go into our deal center and you can find discounts on luggage. You can find discounts on trips themselves, on tours, on various products and services that you can use. And it's really, and we're always building that, which is really cool.
So awesome.
And then the last thing is, I think this is the last thing, is oh no, there's 2 more. This is new. So this is a job board that we created a few months ago, and we publish new jobs every few days, if not every day. If you're looking for a career shift, if you're looking for even something freelance or part-time, if you're looking for something full-time. And I will tell you too, that the very first job posting that we posted was a full-time job. And guess who got it? A Wanderful member. So it really works. This community really works. It'll help you get to that next phase in your life that you want to get to. And I'm just really, I think the job board is a perfect indicator of that. And then the last thing that I wanted to say was just about our referral program, which isn't usually considered, like a standard benefit in one of these things. But the thing about our referral program is we create a space where we want you to invite people that you care about to come be part of this community. That's such a special part of all of this. And so what we want to do is help you get out there and travel more. So we have this really, really generous referral program where everybody who signs up can get a link. You can use that link to bring in friends and family. And when you do, you get a kickback and you can use that to fund your next trip. So you get to be part of this community. You get to bring other people into the community, and then you get to travel more, which isn't a bad deal for anybody.
And using that link, for Wanderfest, for example, coming up.
That's right.
Oh, I really want to go to Wanderfest. I'm going to this. You bring 5 of your friends. It's funding that trip that you wanted to go on anyways by just inviting your friends to come.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not just membership, right? Some of our events we have referrals for. So it's a whole system in the back end that you can sign up for. And then every time you bring somebody along or spread the word, yeah, just like you were saying, Lauren, you could invite 5 friends to Wanderfest and instantly get your ticket taken care of, which is pretty awesome.
Pretty much, yeah.
Love it. So this is a quick look at it, and I won't go through this because we just did, but for everyone who is watching this, remember this is being recorded. So you can just go back to the same location. If you go back to YouTube, you'll be able to watch the recording in full. So in case you wanted to look at this again, it's here. You can pause the video, take a look, and see all of the benefits in a row. But I want to bring you through some of the creator stuff really quick too, so that you get it. So basically, the creators get all of this and more, right? So you get additional private webinars and content. The resident experts that create that content, they're experts in building meaningful travel businesses and building meaningful spaces for content creators and builders in travel. So you're going to have all those tools to run a blog or a digital business. We have members regularly who say this saved them, whether they started in the early days of their business, whether they've been in the industry for a while. The tools that you get and the quality of those tools is just unbelievable for what you're signing up for and what you're paying for as a member.
I also just think there's so much information out there. It's really nice to be in a community where you know and you trust the information that you're getting. Like these are coming from experts in the industry who know that this is how it works, and these are like real life tools to use in your digital business. So
it's so true. And actually, we just had a new member party the other day, and I was talking to some new members that were saying exactly that. They were like, some of them were starting a blog, and they were saying, I try to find the right information, but I don't know who's giving real information and who to trust. And she's like, you guys started as a blog. You guys have been through this, And so I know that the information you're giving me is real and that this community can really be trusted. And I thought that was like the highest compliment to get.
Absolutely.
So, and then not only do you get all of those live lessons, but again, we put them into, you have this whole other separate content library. So you can go back and do our blogging 101 class. You can do Jamie's, trademarking and legal questions. You can do any number of, we have, actually, I think it's the next slide, like accountability groups and mastermind circles that we do with small groups. So you can actually talk a little bit more about how your business is going and, questions that you have as you go on this journey together and help each other. We have a whole other gigs and opportunities board, which is kind of like a job board, but this is for furthering your hustle, right? So it's like media opportunities or brands that want to partner with you, press trip invitations, that sort of thing that you can be invited to. And then we also want to put you right in front of our travel members. So every Friday, we'll do a call out and invite you to just promote your stuff. If you're planning a trip, if you have a blog post out, if you were just featured in something and you want to share that, all these different things that you can do to actually promote the work that you're doing and get this automatic community of people who want to support you in on it and share that with them, which is really fantastic. Deals and discounts on business services to build your travel brand. I mean, it goes on and on. Oh, and then finally, this is coming up in, oh gosh, we're hoping the end of the year is we're actually building this really amazing app that's going to help you score additional brand partnerships. And I can't tell you a lot more than that, but we've been working on it for over a year. It's a long time coming and it's almost done. And all of our wonderful creator members will get completely free access to it, which is going to be so, so worth it for you once you see all of the amazing partnerships that can come out of it. So that is to come, and you'll see that we're always adding benefits. We're listening to our community. We're seeing what works for people, what people want more of. I think we're an open book, and in the member community, you'll see everybody who works on the Wanderful team is sort of introduced to everybody else. So if you ever have a question, you can just ask me directly. There's not like a customer service team that you need to be reaching out to with some generic email. You can just reach out to us, and we tell you who we are and how you can find us. And so we want to make this personal. We want to make this a family, and we really want to help you out so you feel like you're part of it. So this is a list of all the creator member benefits. Again, I'm just not going to go take you through it, but if you do watch the recording later, you can pause here and read through this. This is everything that we went through. And the other thing I wanted to mention that's really special is, because our mission is to help women and make travel better for women and help women get out there in the world, we also do a lot of giving back. And, I think one thing that really differentiates Wanderful is we don't just talk about how to travel and how to get out there and favorite backpacks and that kind of thing. We also talk about how to travel better, right? How to make the travel industry better, how to help each other, how to be more thoughtful in our travel decisions. And we also do a lot of giving back to other organizations. So 2 things that I want you to know about. The first is that every membership that's purchased actually funds a membership for another woman. We have a scholarship program, which is under a buy one, give one model. So anytime somebody purchases a membership with Wanderful, you instantly bring in another woman with you. You might never know who that person is, but we take somebody off that wait list, and you know that there's 2 of you joining, and that just makes our community so much better, honestly, to have all of us here and to be able to offer these for people who couldn't join otherwise. And then the other thing is that, and this is actually new, we started this a couple months ago, where every month we donate a portion of our member dues to a deserving nonprofit. And this month being October, because I know we're at the end of October, it's Fight Through Flights, which is a DC based nonprofit, and they fund trips for women with breast cancer. They'll go on one day, I just need a breather, hotel stays. They'll do longer road trips. They'll go on other experiences, whether they're actively in treatment, whether they're survivors. It's a really incredible organization. And I think it's kind of neat that you can know and feel confident that you are giving back not only to another person who's getting this membership, but to another organization that's helping women, just by making the decision to be a member, stay a member every month. And that's all you have to do. So it's really cool. And I think it really speaks to that sisterhood that we're all about.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's where I want to talk about how this all works out. Everybody always has that question of, okay, well, how much is this actually? What's the money question? So I want to break this down for you. I've put down everything in terms of the value of what you're getting, what you might pay for these elsewhere. Virtual events, you're getting 12 of them every month, if not more. I'm pricing them at like $10 per event, which is still dirt cheap. So $120. We're going through, $10 for the app, $50 a month for a hosting network, $20 for chapter events. Basically, you're getting $2,600 in value every year on the traveler side and $7,900 in value on the creator side. So like huge amounts of value, but the amount that we're actually charging for these memberships are just a fraction of that. We're doing $29 a month on the traveler side, $299 a year. On the creator side, it's a little bit more because you've got that upgrade. It's $44 a month or $449 a year. But I also promised you a discount. And because all of you have been so good participating and sharing your stories and watching, I want to do this for you, which is extra special. And if you're a current member, don't be jealous. This is just for our new members, but we still love you and we support you anyway. But for you new members who are just learning about this now, for 3 days, I'm doing this offer, and that is 50% off. Like, I'm literally cutting the price in half.
Holy smokes.
And Laura's like, I didn't know she was going to do this.
I did not.
I'm cutting this in half. And not only am I cutting this in half, but usually we do like this is half off for your first year. This is half off for life. So if you sign up under this plan, this is what you will pay for the rest of your life every year. It's $149.50 on the traveler side, $224.50 on the creator side. All you do is go to sheswanderful.com/join, and you just use the code autumn21, and that's what's going to get you in. We have 72 hours. We're getting rid of the deal Sunday night, Halloween night. It's going to go away with the ghosts and goblins. So use this now. Share this with a friend who's been thinking about Wanderful membership. I actually, if I were you, I would totally hack this, and I would like sign up, get my affiliate code, and then get all of my
give it to a friend.
Sign up.
There
Right,
you go.
give it to a friend in the next 3 days, because this is a for life thing that they'll have, and then we're going to deactivate the code after that. So that's what I would do if you ever wanted to buy this. We have people that buy this for a friend or family member that they think really deserves this. Is great holiday gift. You know, those are some fun things that you can do. So go in and get it, because you're not going to get a better deal than this one. And I really want you to be part of this community and to feel this amazing feeling of support and confidence. And literally the day you begin, you're going to get so welcomed by all the women. There's actually this welcome button that people will press, and you'll get messages flooding your inbox of like, Sophia has welcomed you to the network, Teresa has welcomed you to the network, Beth has welcomed you, and you'll see right away how special that is. So definitely come on board and be part of it. And that's how you can sign up. If you ever miss the code, you're going to get an email shortly after this that sends it. And oh, by the way, this is also really valuable, is you're actually not even going to be charged that amount for 7 days. So you have to sign up within 3 days, but we're going to give you a 7-day free trial to just test it out anyway. So, and I think that's really valuable, because people are always kind of like, well, what is it actually like inside?
Right.
You know, and somebody asked today, like, how many members do you have? I said, we hit 3,000 members just recently. So there are a lot of people that are in this, but you still want to see it sometimes. And so there's a 7-day free trial that you can check out. You can cancel if you don't want to stay around. If you do want to stay around, we'd love to have you, but everybody gets that automatically, and that's built in. So another really good thing to do is, if for whatever reason you don't want to sign up during the deal, and you want to come on later for an event that you're really interested in, and you don't want to pay the $10 ticket price, sign up for your free trial then. Come to the event. You'll get to taste the event, get a sense of what it's like, whether it's in person or whether it's virtual. And then you can come and be a member after that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So here, I'm giving you all the hacks of like
Honestly.
how to do this. I mean, come on, I'm practically giving away. So what I want to do is, if I can get this to work, we'll see if we can. I have some great videos from our current members, and they wanted to tell you a little bit about their experience as members. And so I had a little bit of trouble getting this to work in our last webinar, but I'm going to see if I can get it to work this time. So this first video is of one of our awesome members, Christine Lozada, and she's going to talk for a couple of minutes.
Love her.
I know, she's just the best.
She's the best.
By the way, everybody check out her on social. It's at Where in the World is CL. She is killing it. She's like a drone pilot. She's been doing all sorts of stuff, traveling the world on social media, and we're going to hear from her right now. Let's hope this works.
Wanderful to me is a community that is so much fun, really supportive, but also really inspirational. And I'm going to tell you why. But if you don't know who I am, I'm Christine. I'm the travel creator behind Where in the World is CL, and I make travel videos to help people get up, get out, and go travel, both on YouTube, Instagram, and every single platform. And I'm also a female drone pilot that loves to help others learn how to drone. I've been part of the Wanderful community for about a year, and it's been awesome. It's so much fun because from a traveler perspective, you got a bunch of women all over the world who love to travel and who love to help each other with ideas, inspirations, and just general tips and knowledge about places to travel to. I can't tell you how many times I have traveled to a destination, reached out a wonderful member and got some really cool insight about traveling to that place.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there, which is exactly where I paused it last time, because this video, Christine, your videos are like too high quality for my computer to actually work. So, but I know you all got the gist of that. She has, from the day she's joined Wanderful, and really, and I think one thing that she would tell you too is that you get as much out of Wanderful as you put in it. It really is
that's
a
true.
lifestyle, you know, and so if you want to get the absolute most out of it, come to the virtual events, come be part of your chapter, engage, ask questions, answer questions, you know, and really lean in, because it has so much to give you. And it's just a matter of opening up that app and participating.
Yeah. And I would even say, like, a step further, which has impacted my life so massively, is also coming to the live events. You know, we're talking about Wanderfest. We have the WITS Travel Creator and Brand Summit. If you are a creator like I am, like Christine is, and it truly is a magical place, and it is life-changing. So I highly recommend the in-person events in addition.
They're so good. Yeah, they are so good. Yeah. So let me do one more. And hopefully this one will run a little bit cleaner. We'll see. But this is Janine, who has been part of the Janine's been part of the Wanderful community for
forever.
Years. She's been to many of our WITS events. She has done a whole bunch of things with us. And so I'm going to let her talk to you guys a little bit.
Henderson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. My blog is Janine on the Go, and I love to write about biscuits, bourbon, barbecue, and budget traveling. All of my favorite things. I love being a member of Wanderful because it keeps me connected to a global sisterhood of smart, strong, skilled.
Yes. It's frozen though. Poor Janine. Oh man. Well, Janine is unfortunately frozen. But I think I've met or seen Janine at every live event I've ever been to for Wanderful. She has, I feel like she eats, sleeps, and breathes Wanderful like most of us. So I wish you all got to see her talking about Wanderful, but
this is what happens when I try to load videos. It just doesn't work. So here's what I'm going to do, everybody. I'm going to send you the videos later.
Yeah.
You're going to see all of them. They're awesome. But yeah, that clearly froze my entire computer. So whatever. Beth needs a new computer is like the lesson that we're going to get. Lauren, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sure you were doing such a good job saving the day.
I really was just talking about how awesome Janine was. And I was only going to piggyback off of, I'm sure she's just talking about how welcoming the community is. And for me, I always think about Wanderful, like you walk into, whether it's a virtual event, whether it's in an in-person event, anything to do with Wanderful. It's like walking into a room and just knowing that everyone there understands you. Like without any, all I heard was biscuits and bourbon. Yes, bourbon, she sold. Me too.
But that's so true. And you know, it's actually something that's very noticeable as people have brought up how not only how welcoming everybody is, but how diverse and especially how intergenerational the Wanderful community is.
Yes.
You get a lot of women who say, you know, am I too old for this network? Because a lot of events that are focused on women traveling are for really young women, and it skews to be very young. It skews to be very white, very Western. And we really strive to have a very engaged and very diverse community. I think people are really pleasantly surprised when they join to see how many really neat women there are, because you might be at the beginning of your travel career and you might be 70, 80 years old, you know, so it doesn't matter in this world. And we celebrate all of those differences.
Absolutely. And the friends I've made are from so many different backgrounds that it really just opens your worldview. And that's very special.
So I have a question that's come in from Martine, and I know I have to, I'm talking your guys' ears off. So I'm going to answer this really quick. So Martine's from South Florida. Hey, Martine, do you have a local chapter there? We have chapters in Orlando. We had a chapter in Miami, and we are working on a chapter in, I'm trying to remember where, and I'm blanking, but we have at least 2, if not 3 chapters that are in Florida or coming to Florida. So Tentative yes. Also, do you get the referral link right away after you sign up? Yes. So when you sign up as a member, there is a membership guide. That's the first thing that you'll get. It's in the featured section of the member dashboard. And if you go into that member guide, it explains how to do everything. It explains how to get your referral link. It explains how to use the platform. There's tutorials in there. There's other recommendations in there. So you definitely can do that and sign up. Janice asked if there's a chapter in Kansas City. Oh, Janice, that's such a good question. We had a chapter in Kansas City, so we have active members there. We're looking for a new chapter director. However, I am pretty much 1,000% confident that if we don't have an active chapter now, we will by May, because Kansas City is also where WITS is happening next year. So we have 500 content creators that are coming to Kansas City for our event. And I know whenever we do this, wherever we go, we always have multiple people who are like, I want to lead your chapter after. So that will be happening. But there are a lot of members that are in the Kansas City area. And we do have the St. Louis chapter, which I know is not right around the corner, but if you are ever in their neck of the woods, Teresa's awesome. They've got the St. Louis events right there. So definitely great questions, everybody. And if you ever have more questions, feel free to just share them. You can post them in our Facebook group if you're watching on Facebook. If you want to send us a message, both of our social handles are right here. Mine is Maximum Beth. You can reach out to me anytime. Lauren Wanderlulu. Come on and just reach out and ask. And I'm going to bring this back to the screen one last time. This is our specialty deal that we're doing for 72 hours, 50% off for life. So I hope this gets you excited. I hope you sign up. I hope you become part of this amazing sisterhood and community, because honestly, you deserve it. We all deserve it. It's been a hard couple of years, and just thinking about and dreaming about getting out there in the world is good for some of us, but as we get out there more, we really want to have that network of people that can help us and that we can rely on. So come be part of our sisterhood. I hope that this has given you all the information that you need and excited you. Lauren, any last words that you wanted to share?
No, I just can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you there.
Can't wait to see you and to welcome you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Have an amazing weekend. And we will catch you next time, and maybe at our new member party. So thanks everyone for joining. Have a great night. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.